just so we can save Wano type shit. It's destiny.
Right.
But
I'm hoping that when he said defective, it's just because he came out pink and not blue.
It sounded like drastic.
I hope not.
They just let that go. They stopped talking about it. They just went to the other.
Thanks for having me.
So ready to talk some anime.
So ready to get back on this One Piece train, as if we didn't talk enough about it last time.
Never can talk enough. It's 1067, and once again, Oda has blessed us all with his gracious golden pen. And first, before we get into anything, I really just want to talk about this cover art.
Yeah.
We got Caesar fighting Judge. What's your thoughts on that?
I feel like knowing that Caesar worked so closely with Vegapunk and that Judge worked so closely with Vegapunk, this is definitely finna be a fight. They probably both already know each other's weaknesses. So it's a little harder because, you know, Caesar obviously has like that power up of being physically untouchable, but if Judge, you know, worked close enough with him and is like, I already know how to body you, like it could be over in a wrap. It's definitely one of those types of cards that's like, it's either going to give you the win or be the reason that you took a L.
Yeah. I definitely think it could go either way. It's a toss-up fight for me right now, but I think mostly because seeing what I've seen from Judge so far, I really don't just look at him as that strong. So first, I think Sanji could have bodied him. That whole situation at Cake Island, how I think what happened, he got ambushed or something by his little army or something like that. One-on-one, Sanji is thrashing him. So what I've seen from Judge, he's definitely a weaker candidate amongst all of his own crew. So I could see how Caesar could definitely get the upper hand, because you know when Caesar like get you in a closed vacuum in just a room, a closed space, he can change the oxygen in there to zero. So there's a couple sneaky ways he could sneak up on him.
Yeah, it looks like we outside for now, but don't let him get you underground or something. It's a wrap.
Facts. But next, going into the chapter, I think this is like the first 1 or 2 pages jumping in. I realized Oda has potentially created the smartest anime character of all time. But not only that, with the, what is it called? The brainy fruit. He can memorize
brain fruit. The know me.
He's ever seen, all knowledge. So it's just consistent knowledge. On top of that, becoming basically the One Piece version of pain. So they also got hands. So I feel like that's because we're gonna have another war soon.
Oh yeah, it's coming. They pretty much foreshadowed that by the end of the chapter, but we'll get into that a little later.
Exactly. So we definitely know that's coming. I think just having him on your side is like an asset is invaluable.
For sure.
So I'm really curious to see what the outcome is and how, like, whose side he's really going to end up being on. Because I don't
think he's really going to take a side.
That's exactly. It could be. I think for one, he's always going to look out for himself no matter what.
Oh, for sure.
But I think in a certain situation, if one side is offering, you know, a certain amount of money, and he has like an idea that he wants to see to fruition, he'd side with them as like a means to an end, just to get what he wants. Because you know he a man for hire.
Yeah, and I think too, with him being as smart as he is, I don't think that there's like an offer you can give him that he can't be like, okay, I know exactly how to flip this, so I'm taking absolutely no L's. And that's pretty much, I think, what happened initially with the whole Ohara situation. He was like, yeah, I know you hired me to do this dastardly stuff, but I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna let them move these books. I'm not gonna say anything. You know, I feel like he definitely has his own moral code that he lives by. I don't think that he's moral less. I don't think that he's just out to I don't think he's like full mercenary mode, just like whoever pays me, I got you or whatever. I think he still definitely has, you know, his own lines that he doesn't want to cross. But I just think that he's also so intelligent that he knows how to take a deal that on the surface seems like it would be crossing that moral line and find a way to make it so it doesn't.
Okay. So I'm glad you brought up morals, because how I'm looking at Vegapunk right now is I could see him long-term potentially becoming a real threat. I'm not really looking at Vegapunk 100% as a hero or aid to the protagonist on our side, because if you listen to his end goal for humanity and having everyone's subconsciousness linked together, which ultimately makes everyone Vegapunk.
That's some super villain shit.
Yeah, almost. It reminds me of that of Rick's girlfriend on Rick and Morty on that episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like, I see what he's saying for like the greater good of science and knowledge and humanity. But if you're taking away free will,
and that's the other thing too. Is he really doing it for the greater good of science and humanity, or is he just a glutton for knowledge and he knows that at the end of the day there's always going to be people who knows things that he don't?
That's true. But okay, boom, let's say this. At the end of the day, let's say that would definitely help humanity and science further and knowledge gather, right? Who's to say everybody even wants to join that? And then when
and Chopper,
the
op, he was like, "I'm gang, sign me up."
Ready, I'll jump.
Bro, he's like, "Give me my microchip." I
don't see Kid being down with that. Just off of
absolutely not.
Off of who are you? No, I'm not. I'm a standoffish. No, fuck you.
I think Chopper's probably the only one on the crew that would have gone along with it. And I still feel like Nami would have taken him aside and been like, listen here, I need you to not make these decisions on a whim, okay?
Nami's for sure gonna play mother.
Right? Zoro's gonna be like, listen to your mom.
But no, as they go into more detail talking about Vegapunk, how strong do you look at him as these 6 clones all like gather knowledge? Because every experience each clone is having, they bring it back the same day and accumulating all that knowledge together. But on top of that, I feel like a few of them can throw hands. Like I feel like if it's 6 of them, 4 of them can throw hands.
I almost kind of like want to pull back up the little chart thing that they gave us where they kind of explained where each of them was, because when I first saw it, like you saw the layout of him, he's got 6 clones and then you also count him. So my first thing was like, oh, this is a parallel to the 7 deadly sins, because I noticed there's wrath, I noticed desire, which you know correlates to lust to me, there's wisdom, but then you also have things like flair, evil, and logic, and I was like, I don't know how close this can parallel. I don't know if this is like a translation thing, and that's why I'm also kind of waiting for the official to come out, because once the official comes out, it could very well be, yeah, these are just straight up the 7 deadly sins.
That's true.
Which I always love 7 deadly sins like parallels in anime. It's always a lot of fun. I feel like definitely at least a few of them have hands. Like the one that's just there to eat and sleep for the rest of them, that one probably doesn't have too many hands. That might be like a weak point or something. But I feel like at least evil, which is 2, Vegapunk 2, Vegapunk 5, and Vegapunk 1. I believe at least those 3 you do not want to run into. It's like the tiniest one is Wrath, and she looks like Uta a little bit. She's got purple eyes. She's got that red-white hair split. I don't know what that means, especially in context of the Seraphims, but we gonna find out.
I thought it was interesting that, who was it? Evil, the one that was named Evil, the one that's with Luffy.
Lilith.
When Rob Lucci had pulled up, she was quick to just like give Luffy up and be like, oh well, they can just have him. I thought Evil would have been like, no, let's go, fuck that, let's tell them come in, let's go
take them. That's the part of Vegapunk that definitely just wants to take the money.
Facts. Okay. Yeah. Because he divided himself up 6 different ways.
It's giving Full Metal Alchemist a little bit.
Definitely so. Do you think that what's her name, Blossom, is gonna end up killing Vegapunk by the end of the arc?
Oh, Bonnie?
Bonnie, that's right.
I don't, low key. I think that they definitely, I think that foreshadowing of her trying to use a bug zapper on that man. But then also immediately switching over to, hey, Kuma's actually alive. Like, he's not all the way there just yet mentally, but he's alive and we're actively working on getting him there. I mean, I'm not saying that she not go try this man a few more times. I think that's for sure.
Yeah.
But Bonnie's probably gonna go with them. Vegapunk is like, get me off of this island. I don't want to be here. The feds are at the door. I gotta go.
Yeah, exactly. Usopp shitting on himself.
Right. I think they definitely it's gonna be some cabin fever, some bumping elbows on the way to Elbaf, but I don't know. Who maybe that's the rendezvous spot. Maybe that's where Kuma is in such a rush to get to. Maybe he knows. I don't know how he would know, but I can only assume that wherever he's going on his way is gonna somehow cross paths with Bonnie.
Okay, that could make sense, because I feel like it would be somebody important to him or close to his proximity of, I got to dash right now, get out. I can't even talk to my friends right now.
Exactly.
It looked like he knows something. Like, he's definitely conscious.
Oh, definitely.
But speaking of people who got things going on, I feel like, is Momo about to see his last days?
That worried me too. That worried me too. I said, "What do you mean it's defective?"
And it's crazy because I remember in Punk Hazard, they had said it was defective. But when I heard defective, I just thought, oh, okay, if he eats it, it's gonna be a dud, or it's got a possibility of being a smiley fruit. And since it worked, I was like, okay, cool. Oh, it wasn't. It's like it was defective, but it was 1% chance it worked on Momo just so we could save Wano type shit. It's destiny.
Right.
But
I'm hoping that when he said defective, it's just because he came out pink and not blue.
It sounded like drastic.
I hope
not. They just let that go. They stopped talking about it. They just went to the other
shit. I feel like Oda definitely like sprinkled that in there, just like a pay attention to that, because I feel like he immediately covered it up with the it's pink so that we would kind of go like, oh, okay, that's what he meant by defective. He's just a perfectionist artist. But I bet you, like, in the heat of battle, like chapters later, he's gonna run into some sort of issue that he just didn't expect to have happen, and we're gonna be like, Oda told us.
Right. Way back when.
Right.
Damn, I'm really hoping that's the case. I really hope so, because how it looked to me, I was like, damn, is this the reason that Yamato's never gonna be able to travel the seas and be the true deity of Wano, because Momo's not gonna make it past the next war?
I want to in my heart believe that Momo is not going to die, but I do believe that there's going to be a moment where he realizes that his devil fruit ain't everybody else's devil fruit. His is still 100% man-made, and that
for sure.
Maybe it'll be like an obstacle for character development for him. Maybe it'll be like, okay, I got to overcome this in order to cement that I deserve to be the leader of Wano, because like not only am I leading y'all, but I overcame some odds that might not seem overcomable. That's not a word. Right. But free my man's Yamato. Let him get out. Let him see the world. Even on Onigashima his whole life and wants nothing more than to be a pirate and go do that stuff. So if Yamato does get damned to Wano, I'm gonna be very upset.
That would suck. Going into later part of the chapter, do you think that the power source from the Void Century has anything to do with Joy Boy's fruit? Because I think everything back then is like just
it's all connected
with Joy Boy's fruit. Like,
it's gotta be.
Yeah.
I don't know if Joy Boy has an exact control over. I believe it's Uranus is the power source, I believe. Because we've got Neptune, which is Shirahoshi. We've got Pluton, which is the boat. And I think Uranus is what we're going to find out to be that power source. There was a cover art with Enel on the moon talking to the moon men, And you
Right.
could see Shirahoshi, you could see Pluton, and then you saw this giant orb thing in the sky. With it kind of also it almost reminded me of the thing that Enel has. It looked like drums, almost on like a circle. And I don't know if that's
Oh, I
his
know what you're talking
exact
about.
power source. It's probably not, because he's got a fruit that's the power source. But my brain was like, if this is something that you wear to help channel that electricity, which he also uses as a power source on his ship, then Uranus has to be a power source. It looks just like the thing that he uses to help control his electricity. So I'm thinking that's the other weapon. I'm thinking it's definitely a power source. I don't know if it's just commanding, these robots, or if it commands even more than that. And who knows what will jumpstart that power as well, because they said, this thing has been sitting here lying. We don't know what to do with it. Who's to say we come across Uranus that we even know how to use it or how to start it up? So maybe that could be like a Joy Boy thing. Maybe that's, Luffy having that Nika Nika fruit, coming up to it and, I don't know, fist bumping it real quick, and it's like, oh, we doing this? Okay, I'm up.
because with Luffy's fruit, it's his imagination, so he could make the power source anything infinite.
Low key.
But wow, okay, no, honestly, I like that Uranus theory you're throwing out, because I never looked at it like that before. Because they don't really just talk too much about all of the weapons. They just like sprinkle them around just to make sure y'all paying attention to.
Type.
But I like that. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing when we're gonna get an answer on that. About how far do you think that war is away?
I mean, it's close, and I think what's gonna happen is I think we're gonna have like some mini altercations before like the whole war pops off. Because in my mind, I think we're gonna go to Elbaf still. There's gonna probably be like a couple of people who are coming in to like start. I feel like the government's gonna play this like chess a little bit. Like they're gonna play some powerful pawns nonetheless, but still pawns before they throw in their whole infantry. They're gonna be like, let me test to see where you're at right now, new Yonko. What's your power looking like? We've heard that you took out Kaido, but we ain't seen you in action.
All right.
Right. So I think that there's definitely going to be some major scrapping that happens on Elbaf, but what I assume is going to happen is that the Straw Hats finna bring the fight to them. I think they finna roll up on Marie Joie and be like, Miley, what's good?
Hey, I would like that, because Luffy should feel pretty fucking confident right now with his new fruit, considering what he is. So I could definitely see that going down. But who I really want to stand out at Elbaf is still Usopp.
Of course, he needs his moment.
He definitely needs his moment. It's got to be now, especially at Elbaf. He can't go past that. And I think that, honestly, and this is a shot in the dark, but I'm hoping that when we get to Elbaf, we go more into detail about what exactly is special about Usopp's perception. Because I believe he has observation hockey, but I honestly think
he does.
Than that. Like, I think it's past observation hockey.
Especially if we take Film Red as canon. What was that link with Dad?
Okay, yeah, okay, boom. Thank you. Yes, I almost forgot about that scene. That was something I was like, it's past, okay, yeah. Super Saiyan 2, like his observation hockey is another level. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to see into the future as well.
Ooh,
but he might even
think about
something like in the bloodline of his dad, because that seemed like some shit his dad knew was gonna like sync up and happen.
Yeah, almost like he was like, I'm gonna leave, and then when you figure it out, come find me type. Right. Like every anime dad ever. When you figure it out, come find me.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that at Elbaf, because that's gotta happen there. There's no excuses.
Especially if we take this central intelligence thing, potentially. I feel like Usopp would 110% not want anything to do with that, but if he did, paired with, supreme observation hockey.
That's a name too.
That could be a threat.
That's a name on it. Supreme observation hockey. Yeah, nothing less for the king of the pirates for a sniper. I like that.
I'm saying, come on, Soge King.
Speaking of the One Piece roster, the Straw Hats, we got Rob Lucci pulling up. End of the chapter.
Tiger Poppies.
And it's a break next week too. And that
is it?
It is. But honestly, I saw this one coming because I was like, he's been blessing us for a little minute for like 3 or 4 weeks straight. So okay, that's cool. But one, I don't think Rob Lucci is about to catch up to them, or I don't think they're about to fight.
Nah.
I'm surprised he pulled up and they so close. But just looking at how they pulled up, I do think Rob Lucci got stronger. And I want to know how much stronger you think he got. And if he can hang with anybody in like the top echelon, the cream of the crop of the crew. Because when they pulled up, they looked pretty stiff. They looked like they all got pretty strong. They were
DMX playing in the background, right?
They dripped out like it's bleach. I'm fucking with the tip.
Right. They said it's a funeral. It's not mine.
I'm saying. So I don't know. I feel like there's definitely a cutoff because I know he can't hang with Luffy anymore.
Not at all.
I want to say Zoro's out the picture too, but I mean, I don't. Probably so.
Probably yeah. Thinking about like the pieces that he put on Kaido, I don't think he can hang.
That's a great point too. So it's like really out of the next two, I believe Sanji and Jinbei, which one would he be able to get with?
And that's the question too, because by the tiniest little bit, Jinbei's bounty is higher than Sanji now. So he got knocked out of the Demon 3. People are mad about that. But I mean, how do you go up against the man who was the captain of his own crew? Got fishmen karate, bro.
The first son of the sea. Like, I mean, has a whole nother army to himself. I mean, I get it. Plus he got all the years of experience, and he was a previous warlord. I'm not mad at that being in the big three.
He got like at least a decade on the man, I want to say, too, like in terms of age.
Like, I really feel like 15. Because
maybe,
like 47, 53.
Right.
He's pretty seasoned.
Right.
But I mean, Sanji not like far behind him as far as strength-wise.
No, not at all.
And I feel like in some situations, Sanji could be stronger than Jinbei as well.
Yeah. Maybe if it's hot. If it's hot.
You, at the cloak in a certain.
Man, I'm sorry for going up late like that.
Good. We got Trey here for the last.
It's a party.
Definitely closing out. We was really just talking about right now. You seen Lucci just pulled up. Rob Lucci.
Lucci did pull up.
Tell me who you think he'd be able to squab with between Sanji and Jinbei.
Is he gonna? The question is he gonna win or who is he gonna fight?
Is he gonna win? Because he looked like he got stronger. Right? Like you seen how he pulled up. He got new drip. He got new mask. He got all white.
I think the Straw is gonna run and Jinbei gonna have to be the one to stay behind the fight.
He better not do that shit. Jinbei better stay his ass on that boat.
Jinbei is very good
at stay his ass on that boat.
Jinbei the only one who can catch up without the boat. He can go in the water.
That's true, but we don't even need you to do that. We so strong, we shouldn't even be able to. We're not gonna be just running from Lucci. We all together we can handle this nigga. It's really about who might lose to him on a one-on-one fight. Because I think Zoro can handle him. I think Luffy is no question.
I think Jinbei can handle him too, especially if they're like in the ocean.
For sure.
Lucci is a devil fruit user.
Let me see.
It's gotta be Sanji. And even then, I still think Sanji would it would be close, but I still think Sanji would whoop on him low-key.
Especially if he got his cloak.
Wait, hold on.
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie. Lucci.
Hey, but look, Sanji just got stronger. We just seen him in the war. And he got his cloak. No, wait. He don't got the cloak no more because he's integrated. That's what we trying to question right now. How much stronger did he get?
They got that much stronger, man.
You think he got strong enough to hang with Zoro?
I think he was beating Zoro back in
the day. So but shit, it's a new day.
You think Lucci's stronger than Zoom? Why can't I remember his name?
The samurai from back in the day.
Zoom. He got the overalls. He the long neck. He fighting him in the anime right now.
No.
Fighting him in the anime right now.
Who is?
Queen. Thank you. You think Lucci's stronger than Queen?
Hell yeah.
Because that's okay. I'm about to say that's the real litmus test.
I do think Lucci got stronger than Queen.
He's cyclical.
Yeah, because it looked like he had in this new group he brought with him.
That's true.
And I feel like these new niggas strong too.
Yeah. Nah, I think Jinbei gonna have to stay if they all don't run.
I got a text. The Marines wouldn't send Lucci after Kaido, but they sent him after the nigga that beat him.
So when we're gonna close it out, I want to ask you, what's some early predictions you got for the next chapter coming in, Trey? Because we got a break coming up soon, so we got nothing but time to just think about what the fuck gonna happen next.
What's gonna happen next? I think that Oda's gonna key in on the Blackbeard situation. I think that this class is going. I don't think Jinbei is gonna stay. I think they all gonna run away from him.
He better stay in the boat
for the moment, because I think they're gonna cause. I think Vegapunk is gonna cause a big enough distraction for Cypher Pole. They're gonna put up a fight, but to give them time to get the Straw Hats their assignment before they get off their island. Vegapunk is also gonna go with the Straw Hats, so he's gonna buy another.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He's like, take me.
But which version of him did you think he meant?
The real version, I think.
The real one? Okay.
He's gonna leave the fake ones behind.
Do you think his central intelligence is gonna work if he gets too far away from Egghead?
That's a great point.
You seen how big his head was?
I did. But everything is
all over the planet.
That's I don't want to limit his genius. So I don't know.
That's not even, I wouldn't even question it. His brain is gonna work fine.
I feel you.
I know the Revolutionary's gonna make a move.
That's what I was about to say. I think they do go link up with Dragon for sure, but they may take a break from it to go touch back on that.
Where Kuma went. And you talk about that Blackbeard situation. I feel like, personally, I don't see no situation how Law's not dead. I think Blackbeard's that dude.
He escapes, bro. He
got plot armor.
Bro, we
somebody died, but he
look
escaped.
In Dressrosa, we seen this nigga Doflamingo whoop on him for 119 episodes. He shot him in broad daylight. I feel like he tore off his arm in the scene. Blackbeard is a Yonko, right? This ain't no warlord no more. This is I do know Law got stronger, and that's cool. And I like what he did against Big Mom, but that was a 2v1 situation. This nigga Blackbeard is a dog. You know which fruits he got, because he got 2 of them.
If he did, people are gonna riot.
Because honestly, I feel like Blackbeard really wants Law's fruit to do, because you can get eternal life with his fruit if you sacrifice
for sure.
Law. So it's a lot of things that can. I don't see how Law's alive right now. I don't see how he's sticking with. Because
I'm knocking on wood.
He's not about to put hands on him. That's what I'm saying.
What's your prediction? Next chapter.
My prediction for next chapter, I definitely don't think anything we talked about this chapter is getting brought up again in the next chapter. I'm hoping you're right. I'm hoping they go to that Law situation, because I really want to know what happened.
Got so much content to touch on. I wouldn't even be tripping with it.
They do, because we still don't know about that shit with Jinbei and Who's Who. I mean Shanks and Who's. I still want to see that flashback. Haven't showed us. Let me think. What else? What else is? I hope they talk about Momo and if he's gonna stay alive. I hope. But honestly, besides, because I do think you're right. I do think we're gonna get away from Rob Lucci. We're not gonna fight him.
Yeah,
I feel like
they gonna run. They don't want to do that right now. Not there.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do a Kuda burst and get the fuck out, because no one can stick with us when we do that. We always get away.
We're gonna have to hold Luffy down the whole time though, because Luffy finna be like, let me at him.
But no, he's ready for it.
No, because if you heard their reaction, he was like, Rob Lucci's at the at the door or whatever.
I heard Usopp's reaction. I ain't hear Luffy.
Luffy not with him.
That was Usopp crying and shit.
But Luffy don't fight without a purpose though. I mean, he do have a purpose, but
I think it depends on who it is. If a certain nigga pop out, Luffy will squab him in the middle of the street, especially Blackbeard, because he still blame him for that ace shit.
Especially everything he did to Robin, I would not be surprised if Luffy was like, hands part 2.
Yeah, definitely. But I think no matter what happens, I'm definitely gonna enjoy it because Oda hasn't missed yet in like the last 8-10 chapters. I don't know. It's been a minute since I haven't really just enjoyed a chapter. So
Right.
I think it's definitely gonna hit. I'm looking forward to 1068. Hopefully that's in 2 weeks instead of 3. But
Please don't do 3 weeks.
hey, we going.
It's a holiday. We'll see.
That's what I'm saying. We about to go to December soon, but I don't know. We got Thanksgiving coming up.
But the break is next week.
You're right. Hopefully so. But Ricky, Ronnie, thank you so much for joining us. Definitely appreciate having you here, sharing your expertise, knowledge of anime and One Piece. Love to have you again. Let us know whenever you're free.
For sure. I'd love to be back.
Perfect. Until next time. Peace.
Peace. I got one more question for y'all. We only got 1.5 minutes left on the call.
Talk to me.
They said that that thing stopped working during the Fishman civil rights period.
Right, they did. And then it climbed the Grand Line or the Red Line. Yeah. That was interesting.
I wonder how that overlaps with what the Fishman got going on, though. Was it just like a time period coincidence, or is it linked?
Whatever power source they had back then, the Fishmen were able to use it, and that's what was fueling the robot. And then right when it stopped, they just must have ran out of whatever that power source is from back then.
That's wild.
That's what I'm saying. We think it got something to do with Joy vs. Fruit, but we don't really just know. She said it could have something to do with Uranus. That's a pretty good perspective.
Uranus?
I
think it's the power source. Yeah.
The like Pluton, Neptune, satellite. But hey, till next time.
Till next time.
We out. Great perspectives all around. Great questions. Great theories.
Damn, I forgot all about that part.
All right.
I was just venting, man.